Hi there, my name is Fiona Robertson, and I'm so eternally grateful to be spending this time with you so that you can understand what the messages are from the dragons. So I am recording this on for YouTube and I'm recording this also for Instagram. And it is my absolute pleasure to bring this to you. So today we are going to access the wisdoms for the dragons for this week. Last week of September, we've just had the new moon and we're in the season of the eclipses. So I don't know whether you felt the shift. There are things that are going on that are changing. You know that the planet is changing and the way that we are being asked to operate is changing. So there's a good chance that you will not, on a mental level, understand this. So when you hear your messages from the dragons this week, feel it, feel it. What's changing in your body? I did a session last week, which is one of the major sessions that I always do with my clients, in that how can you move from feeling one thing into feeling another thing? So we were going from, and I've got a recording of this, and I'll put the link to it down below. How can you go from feeling complete lack, nothing's coming. As a human, you're panicking that nothing's coming into your life, no more money's coming. And then how can you incrementally step that into the fact that you know that you're spirit, you know that you're abundant, you know that you're immensely wise, and you hold such incredible energy of source within you. And this is what the dragons are asking you to remember all the time. Can you remember who you are? Stop going back into your human and being on that low level vibration. So, because this is an upgrade, a next level soul, your mind will not always understand this. It may resist it, and you may feel sort of shaking and shuddering and things going on in your body as the resistance is just being letting go. So, if you're open to it, allow that in, allow yourself to really get to grips with what you are here for, what this is all about. And let's just play some more with the dragons and understand more and more and more about just how powerful you are. When you allow your spirit in, the more you let your soul through, if you can imagine yourself sort of unzipping and allowing your soul through into your life, understanding that this body that you are in is it is such a technically advanced mechanism for receiving and transmitting. It is not just that you are just human. So one of the questions I always ask my clients as well is, what percentage of human are you? What percentage of you is human? And then what percentage of you is spirit? And just feel into that for a moment. Like, what percentage of you is actually human? And if it comes down to like below 30% or 2% or 5%, it's like, well, the rest of me then is spirit. So what Fiona and the dragons are saying is, how can we tap more into that? And the weekend, the weeks are always being, the dragons are always showing you, they're highlighting the gaps of where we think we're human, we're operating in a human way, but we have such immense capacity to take on, more. And that's why the recording that I'm going to link down below is so, so valuable for you. This week's Dragons in Message, when I was asking them and what they downloaded for me was, how could you feel your worth? How can you feel your confidence? How can you feel the power that's within you? Not Power Ranger power like or Superwoman, but like how can you really know who you are as a soul? How can you know who you are as a spirit that you're not just human? And the closer that you move to knowing and understanding your soul essence, I took somebody into this week as well. She was having a terrible, horrible, terrible time within her household. Now, when she went up into the spirit of her and she met the spirit of the person she was having trouble with, and then the spirit of the other person, and she relayed all of that to source, to God, to the light, to the universe, or Gus. Look, we talk Gus, God, universe, and spirit. When she relayed all of that, just she was just able to sort of let all that go and see the other person as the spirit and have a soul to soul communication with that person as well. This is what we're talking about. So there's no copy and paste. Just solution for everybody. Everybody can do this slightly differently, and it's allowing yourself to play. Now, what happens when the soul intervenes? Which is, oh, I'm all squint. What happens when the soul intervenes is that she's bringing something to the forefront of your life to make you realize you have access. There is more going on around you. You have more power within you. You can ask for support. You have your soul that has your back. The angels, the dragons, God, the universe has your back. So what we do is always we bring and we break that down. It's like, okay, what's going on? What is the message within the soul intervention? The soul intervention will always bring you back to your source, will always bring you back to God, will always bring you back to like your home. It's like, okay, fine. I know who I am. I know what I am. How do I take this forward? How do I deal with this now? So your soul intervenes to sort of break down the blocks, to clear out what's going on the inside so that you become a pristine, clear conduit for the information to get in. So, like if you're asking for support, you can't get it if you're running around like a blue-ass fly and working so hard and keeping thinking that everything's going wrong in your life because the information comes through. And they showed me this the last week when you build a pop-up sanctuary. So you're able to sort of go, okay, fine, I'm going into my space, I'm going into my soul, by the way, is called Roma. All my clients know the name of their soul because it's so much easier to communicate with. When you go in and you're able to kind of go, oh, there I am. Now I know who I am. Now I know the way that my soul looks at things, and I will understand this better. The dragons are always asking you to see beyond the illusions, to see beyond the drama, to see beyond the soul intervention and kind of understand really what's going on and why that popped in to your life right now. And we all get them because we all have to clear out what's going on so that we are more open to information, the wisdom that is coming through. If you like to receive more, there is always more opportunity to amplify your experience so that you can receive more. This is what these cards are doing for you every single week. If you want to receive more, certainly go ahead and get yourself a copy of the cards yourself. You will find them on Amazon. I will put a link below for those as well. The dragons specifically want you to understand how you are operating as soul and how you are operating as the human so that you can get out of the way. So, a reminder again that this, your body, is a highly developed technical tool with cellular memory, and you pick information up in your cells, you pick information up in your heart, you pick information up on your skin. This is how intuition comes through. This is how telepathy comes through. This is how the wisdom of the dragons come through. So don't just let it stay in your head and do what you normally do with it. So you're invited this week to listen into your soul, into source, that you are more than enough. And remember the recording that I was just telling you about, we went from lack to nothing's coming to I have access to enough. I have access to more than enough. I have access to my spirit assisting me. I have access to and the abundance and the feelings that, as you shift and you go through down that particular path, you start understanding, well, whew, clearly I was sending out messages of lack. I was clearly sending out messages of not enough. So therefore, that is the only thing that can come in and match you in this designer tool technology that you are in. What else needs to be said here? So, yeah. If you can feel and if you can acknowledge that there is more to you when you are a soul, if you are acknowledging that you can receive more when you are a soul because you are conscious and you are alive and you are able to understand what is going on beyond the illusions, the gap has been highlighted. Like, so where are you at? How much human are you? what's the energy that you're sending out through your body? What are you transmitting energetically, frequency wise, note for note, element for element, essence for essence? What are you radiating? Because that is all that can come back. If you are in not enough, I don't know where everything's coming from. Everything's running out. I'm panicking. You've got to get out of survival mode and you've got to get above survival mode to feeling into, I have access to more than enough. And you can just feel the incremental steps. So that recording will be down below. What we're going to do now, we're going to go into and listen to the dragons to do with the theme for this particular week. We have to know that there is so much more for you available, and the dragons are here clearing out the space, helping you become this really pristine, clear conduit of energy and information so that you can get the wisdom that is available for you. So if you're open to it, we're going to tap into that wisdom. Remember, don't listen with your mind, listen with your whole body. It'll probably come down somewhere in around the belly, the guts, the chest, the throat, and you will notice the shifts when you listen to the messages that come through. So we're going to go in and we're going to pull the cards. So if you're ready, don't fight it. You are able to receive more. And I'm so grateful that you're giving me this time and the time to the dragons, that you can move your mind out of the way. So let's go and let's begin. We are going to be throwing open the doors and we're going to be asking to receive a shift, to understand a message, to get a message that's coming through for you. So, okay, so glasses on. Okay, so if you are familiar with me, you'll know that I read the messages out, and now you get to feel the message as it lands in your body and understand what you are being told. Message number 1 comes from Utopia. Utopia, with this message, card number 62, there is support for you in all things, just ask. If you knew that your soul was around you, that you have spirits around you, you have the invisible world around you, and that you could ask. Sometimes one of the main questions I ask, and you've heard me say this 1,000 times, I don't know how to do this, please show me how. So you'll be shown a way, but maybe you can also ask, like, what is your intention? What's your intention with your business? What's your intention with this situation that you're in? What is your intention? And then you can actually ask the dragon cards for a message. You can be pointed toward a chapter in a book. Can be pointed toward something. So this is what she means. You can always ask. Oof. There is an urgent need for you to strongly believe now, a need to step into your new, accepted, evolved self with this new understanding. Hold on to a new, deeper comprehension and taking a leap of faith that there is a new creation that is just appearing ahead, just around the corner, and it comes from the invisible, imaginary realm to support you. You are the creator and are supported in all things. You can feel that sensation growing inside you of how much your soul loves you and wants the very best for you. You can find the feeling of your soul within your body and how your body and mind alter themselves once present and connected to this state. You also might get hot once you're connected up and you're channeling and you're getting wisdom and everything coming through. You are aligned, united, everything is working out well for you. With this new evolution of humanity shifting into the new paradigm and ascending into higher frequencies, which is what we're all doing, you get to experience that you are not alone. Nor have you ever been alone. You are always far from alone. The evidence has been laid out before you in every circumstance that you have ever experienced. Now you just need to start believing this and what you are needing for your highest good. Soul interventions come in for you to remember to ask for assistance and how you can experience what you want. You yourself are the one who can make the change so that you can move past this next awkward situation and then the next with ease and grace. You can just ask and simultaneously adjust your focus adjust your thoughts, adjust your energy, and the support that is available for you can flood in. You will see. The message that's coming in right now also is the closer that you get to trusting and developing, cultivating this relationship with yourself, the easier things are that go on around you. Far, far, far easier when you are guided by your soul. What else is going on there? They're just showing me the closer that you start to trust and relate to your soul, the easier it is for you to know how to respond, know how to act. Also, the dramas that you get, they're just not so big because you are on your path. You are coming closer and you're letting your soul come through more. She's stepping into your life and you are here doing what you came here to do. No more shitty relationships, no more health problems, no more, because you won't need so many soul interventions to show you what you need, beliefs that you need to clear out. There you go. That's what that was all. That's what that was all about. So bring your soul in, bring her in, allow yourself to have a conversation with her. And like the card says, all things are there, just ask. All things are there, just ask. Okay, moving on to the next message from the dragons this week. All about this shift of you actually knowing and feeling that you are already spirit, you are already your soul. You're already powerful, you're already abundant, you've already got all of that inside you, you're already perfect. This has been the message for quite some time now. And you know what you are transmitting is what you will then receive. What you put out, you get back. All right, so let's choose number two. Yay, brilliant. Like that already. So let's see who we have. Number 43. Any guesses for who number 43 is? The beautiful, the pink. She is raucous. She is amazing. She's like, get into your energy now. Do it. So, number 43, safe inside your home, held within your aura and your safety bubble. This has come up several times in the last month because this is really what this is all about. How can you operate from knowing that you're a soul, knowing that your soul is inside your body, knowing that what's going on outside in your aura is all to do with what you are radiating. When you are impermeable in your aura, the outside world does not affect you nearly as much. You've got a phenomenally good relationship with yourself, phenomenally good relationship with your soul, a great bond, so that the outside world, the bad behavior, the criticism, the judgment, the lack of finances, your health, it just does not come into your zone because from the inside you are feeling strong and you are feeling purposeful and you are feeling awesome because that's exactly who you are. You are an abundant being. Should you find yourself becoming lost in the swirling disasters of a new drama or bad old memory seemingly coming back up, come home. Come to the space where time stands still and into the space where you can step quickly into yourself, allowing yourself to feel. Then once home, you can explore feeling into that situation, into that person, into that space, into that event. When you are home, you are out of the drama zone and you are in neutrality, in your bubble. Why would you ever want to leave? You can still act as you from inside the safety of your bubble. You can still have all of your full range of senses engaged. Like if I'm speaking to someone, I can feel what's going on for them, but I know it's not mine. Therefore, it doesn't affect me. It can't get hooked into me because I know that that's not my energy. My energy is abundant. My energy is ecstatic. My energy is euphoric. My energy is peace and love, because that is the soul. There is absolutely no way that your soul has even the possibility or the capacity of thinking negatively or worrying or thinking thoughts of lack. It just is not in her vocabulary at all. She is way beyond survival state. So lower than survival state. We're all looking for ways to fix things and sort things out. Above the survival state, which is like 520 hertz, is like the love zone. Everything is working out so much better. Wouldn't you just choose then to stay in that vibration? And that's where Bloom lives anyway. So you may for a while have the feeling that you are responding a little bit slower, a little bit more purposefully, and act a little bit more like you're feeling your way forwards. Because you have to remember to come home and then feel around you again. It takes place for this to be your new normal. Now, they're showing me right now, like when you learn to drive a car, you are doing it very, very consciously. You are wanting to know what gear to be in. You're wanting to know how to press the pedals. So this is what you are moving forward. You're driving and operating yourself in a new way. So then it becomes a whole natural way for you to operate. It's like, I don't need to think about that. I can have the radio on now when I'm driving. I can do this with my eyes open. I know how this is working. This is you just altering yourself to your surroundings, but you can feel what's going on in your environment. You can ask so that you can feel into certain situations. This is the card number one. Remember that you can ask. You want to know the specifics of people and their intentions or upcoming events without being overwhelmed. Now, I used this just this morning. A friend of ours in Holland, they lost their son on Friday in a car accident. And I wanted to know what is the best thing that I can send a care package. And I was given the image and the words, and I was told what I could send that would be the most healing for them as they go through this. There you go. So you can ask. So, learn to operate from your bubble. You have a very thin membrane, something like a jelly. You can feel a very fine layer of gold around you, picking up and sensing your surroundings. This creates the bubble around you that has created a safe place for you to filter the world through. So you filter the world through. So, like, even though I can feel into the sorrow, I have this bubble around me and I know it's not mine. I feel it and I can let it go. And then I carry on with my day. Yes, every now and again when I think about it, the sorrow comes back in, but I know it's not mine. So therefore, I'm not going to sit and I'm not going to wallow in that energy because it doesn't do me any good and it doesn't do anyone else any good either. Woof, this is your peaceful place, a safe place that carries you and carries your soul as a spiritual being. And it takes you anywhere. And all you need to do is ask and know that this is you coming home. Coming home, you are safe inside your own energy bubble. So thank you very much, Bloom. That was an amazing message. And yes, thank you, Bloom. We are going to go on to card number 3. The message for this week is all about your soul intervening. It's all about how you are knowing that you are soul and your soul. She is more powerful than a nuclear reactor. She can make anything happen. She can stop anything in your path. She can bring anything towards you. Depending on what you are focusing on, she can trip you up. And like you'd be saying, my God, what was all that about? Be careful of what you're thinking about, Fiona. I've had that so many times when I've been in the garden and I've been complaining in my head and I'll get the voice, be careful what you're thinking about, Fiona. You just stop that. So you will get to know when your soul is intervening. Sometimes it will knock you to your knees and you will just have to understand that you are being given a gift of growth. How can you see yourself come out of this particular situation? Woof, and with grace and ease. Soul interventions are there. They are to show you exactly what's going on in your mind and what you are ready to grow past. Card number 3. Ai, ai. because several cards flew out of the pack. There was one that landed on the top. I'm just going to go through these and just ask if that's the one. If that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. All right, that's the one. Okay then. Get to the number of the card. Goop. Card number 3 this week is Raphael. Raphael is there, always there about the details. So let's see what he has to say there. Sowing seeds. Earthly success in sowing seeds. It is so tempting to view your life in terms of success and failure and pin a badge of pride to that for finances accumulated and the rewards directly received from a specific earthly human activity. Success on its own is to sow the seed. Sometimes it's not meant to grow and go any further right away. Sometimes what you're bringing in, if you're a pioneer, if you're a visionary, if you're a leader, a light worker, and you've had this idea and you're working at it and working at it and working at it, sometimes either you're not ready or what you're bringing in, the world is not ready for that just yet. It will all land in perfect time. And I know this can be so frustrating. It's taken me 5 years to finish off Dragon Practical Magic. And I'm still asking, is it finished yet? Is there anything else that you want to add in there? What is the world ready now for? And it's giving me new headings, new titles, and it's just such a journey. And, you know, as frustrating as this is as a human, as my soul, she already knows. There is a tendency to believe that maybe you or your you desire or your projects are not compelling enough. You feel the pressure build up and expect to be rewarded for all the time and effort and hard work you have done. Again, that's a human. But because the seed is sown, it is now anyone's personal choice from their free will, from their soul, as to whether they move forward with it or not. Here is an opportunity to investigate your underlying beliefs that lie behind what earthly success looks like and feels like for you. If it's a book that you're bringing out, or a course, or a project, go into that and ask it consciously. Ask the consciousness of, if you're creating cards, if you're creating a book or a course. Being a conscious business mentor, I do readings for your business to ask it, what does it want? How does the owner of the business, the arms and the legs on this earth, how does she need to change in order to bring this about? What needs to happen? Are you ready to come forward? What needs to change now? So your business is conscious. It is a living, breathing entity. And you are linked to it. It is within your aura and you are very much linked. So you need to be able to do readings, asking the consciousness of that thing that you've created, the idea that you've been given. Often when energy shifts, when revelations are coming, burps come up. Well, that's my explanation anyway. When energy shifts, that's how it shifts in me. Some people yawn, but you always need to sort of shake it off. You always need to notice what's going on in this body that is just so technologically advanced. We think we can control this body. It is so wise. It is just amazing. And the human has absolutely no idea how to operate inside this body. So it's asking you then to go behind what earthly success looks like for you. What's your intention behind the thing that you're bringing in? Maybe you don't believe that you can do it for everybody that you come across, or is there where you really need to be able to ask your soul and your spirit if this is the right time, if this is the right project, if this product is going to work for you or for a certain person. Feel if there is a soul to soul connection with the product, with your audience. Is this the right audience for me? There's a lot of questions. I've got a sheet, a PDF that I advertise on my Facebook group that has 20 questions that allow you to start the communication. And maybe the soul doesn't want this offering to go out. Like you've had it from, you've seen it come in from, left field, and you think, right, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that. But maybe that's not, maybe that's not what you're meant to be doing. You know, I've created so many courses and they didn't go anywhere, and I'm like, oh, actually, where did that information come from? It came from my head. It wasn't actually soul guidance. It wasn't what my soul wanted to do, and I didn't ask. Um, yeah, maybe there's a bigger purpose for you to follow and that you're still playing small. You're not actually realizing and releasing the destiny for this lifetime. Knowing this, we can make it happen if the other is ready. If not, then you've sown a fantastic seed somewhere. And that is the soul's work in and of itself. That is a great success. That is soul work with no exception for your direct reward, or that it has to look or feel or be or deliver you something in a certain way. God, that's a difficult one for a human to take on board. But this week we are really concentrating more about coming home, allowing yourself to know that you are a soul, and so that you don't try and push yourself out there as a human anymore, because that is just not going to work. Thank you, Raphael. That is a great message, and that message used to upset me quite a lot because I was impatient. I was being too human about things. So we're going on to the last card for the week to help you navigate forward. Whatever card you get, there will be something in there. Allow yourself to feel it with your whole body. It is not necessary that you need to understand every single thing. It will be an infusion. You will be activated. So the message for this week: come back to your soul. Mira ora kaikereheka. Mufrikiriamen. Ia ahumbreheka arako. Nora kaitiri. Ia arakumbo oyai. Nakai manari. Yeah, that's it. I get it. Perfecto. Okay, so number 34. I had the image of this dragon in my mind as I was shuffling the cards. Ooh, message 33, number 34. There we go. What message is number 4 this week? Sovereign. Sovereign is the dragon that is connecting you to your soul, that is making you help believe in your soul, trust your soul, come closer and closer and closer to your soul. Let your soul step in and walk through your life so that you're not on this world as you thought, but you are of somewhere else and you have chosen to be here as a sovereign being. So, sovereign, she feels very regal, she feels very abundant, she feels very full, she feels very opulent, she feels very lavish. There's nothing that she can't have delivered. Her message, number 34, seeing through the eyes of your soul. If you have your own cards, so there are certain questions that you can ask and you can pull your own cards. She says, pay closer attention to how you currently see and experience things. Then imagine if you were able to see and feel as another being, how they would see and feel in your situation. Look into your world, not as you, the human being, but your inner self, as your soul. Do you believe that you are a gift from God? Do you believe that you are a phenomenal spirit in this human experience? Notice how you see everything with your soul's bigger picture view looking into your world. You too can experience that situation now in an altogether lighter way. You are able to place yourself in this soulful light state, being less and less affected and influenced by all the dramas, all the stories, all the other dramas, the events, the happenings of the human, lost in the survival state in this world. Remember, the survival state, below that, it is just not computable for your soul to even understand why you don't feel worthy, why you feel lack, why you feel that no more is coming and that you're at the end, but when you go above that level of survival and you kind of go, I've always had enough. everything is coming out, everything is working out well for me. And that's the recording that I will link into this group as well. Notice how you see everything with the soul's bigger picture. You are able to place yourself in the soul's lighter state, being less and less affected and influenced by all the dramas, all the stories. You are now becoming objective and see the bigger picture and consider each situation as your soul would. How would my soul see this? How would she respond? Perhaps you can see through the eyes of your soul and reason with yourself that what you observe or feel has been such a human state and from a limited perspective, and then you can choose to see the bigger eye view. There is, however, a warning that goes with this. It can be difficult for you to live life after having this lighter soul experience, or ever become as attached to the stories and the dramas of other people and situations in the same way again, or be triggered by the beliefs and worries of others. When you've seen the bigger picture and experienced this lighter, sovereign soul state. Now remember, your lighter soul state goes out beyond you, out into the outstretched arms. Your aura can stretch to the size of your room, the size of your house, and you can put a fortifying, impenetrable layer around that so that you are not influenced. Or when it comes through the filter, you can kind of go, I feel it, but it's not mine, so I can let it go. Happily, however, you will be able to learn how to sidestep and dance around those who want to remain in the shades of grey and the monochrome world. You get to escape for longer and longer, dipping and bobbing past them, flowing past those lower vibrations of people, places, and situations that are not so affected and influenced as much as you once were. So you are of this world, but you are not from this world. You are now beyond this world and you are operating as soul. So, Sovereign, thank you very much for your message this week. There have been 4 cards that I've read out, each of them with the theme, which is bringing you home, bringing you back to know just how awesome, incredible, powerful, what an amazing piece of fine-tuned technology that you live in and that you radiate from. Now, remember, I will be putting the link to the recording of stepping into your abundance actually in the YouTube and in the Facebook group. So if you're watching this on Instagram, go and find me there. And certainly if you want, then ask me for it, because you are incrementally stepping towards your abundance as you do so, because you need to be able to feel it. Remember what I was saying before about when you learn to drive, you learn to drive from a very, very conscious, detailed, how do I do it? You're in strategy, and then all of a sudden you start to sort of learn how to operate, you learn how to do it, and then you can shift gears and you can listen to the radio, you can have a conversation, but at the beginning you can't. All right, so this is the way that you move forward with this, feeling your way forwards as well. So see me as your driving instructor, as how you actually operate from the way of feeling your way forwards. Like if you get a letter, is it a spam? Is it a real email? Can you trust this person? What are the questions that I need to ask to raise my impact, to raise my influence, so that everybody starts to understand that they are a soul, that they are a spirit, and they can operate phenomenally better, phenomenally strong relationship with yourself, phenomenally relationship with your soul, so that you are unaffected by the outside world to such a great degree. Yeah, that's it. This is your week this week. Enjoy. If you have any questions at all about your body being a transmitter, how you can hear and feel and understand your body so much better, please let me know. Very happy to help you with that. I have several courses: Manifest with the Dragons. I have recordings. I have Stepping into Your Boss Frequency. I have how to tune into the soul of your client so that you're marketing with your soul client in mind. All of those things, because we are operating consciously, and your business is a very conscious thing as well, a living, breathing entity. Have an awesome week. Again, any questions? Go ahead and ask me.